Thankfully, no record-breaking lightning strikes outside. Still had a couple of thunderstorms late this evening. You might have seen the clouds kind of flashing. That is not heat lightning. There's no such thing as heat lightning. It's just thunderstorms off in the distance. Usually you're just looking at the cloud tops of those. And most of that thunderstorm activity has since fallen apart, maybe a few showers, but no lightning within those in the river parishes. Same around the Big Branch National Wildlife Refuge up near Lacombe, and that is about it. Otherwise, we'll be under clearing skies for the rest of the night, and tomorrow later in the day does look to be a little bit wetter. The reason why, we have an upper trough that is deepening across the plains, and it is helping to bring in some cooler and less humid air. For the first day of August, it feels phenomenal, not too far up to our north. Even as far south as Memphis, at 77 with a dew point of 69. That's pretty comfortable for the deep south. Unfortunately, that dry, cool air is not going to make it all the way down to the Gulf Coast, but what is a cold front. Unfortunately, not going to do anything for us. It'll keep our humidity high, even as it looks like that front will move south of us. Really what that front is going to do is act as a boundary for better rain chances. Now, it's not going to get rid of the humidity at the surface, the dew points. The moisture throughout the atmosphere, though, will be reduced. This is the moisture that storms tap into to either develop into a thunderstorm or produce those heavy rainfall rates. That moisture is what is going to be dropping. So this doesn't exactly equate to the moisture at the surface. It's still going to feel humid, but there's going to be less moisture to work with. So whatever rain we do see, and while next week does look mostly dry, with less moisture available, they won't be heavy downpours, not like our more summertime thunderstorm chance. So here is the front. Still got some thunderstorms active along it, but once that front moves into the area tomorrow, that's what will help to trigger some more thunderstorms during the later afternoon hours based on the models. Now, that easily could change. We might see some more activity earlier in the day, but at least according to our precision cast model here, rainfall doesn't really get going until more late evening and night, so it could be an issue for White Linen night and maybe not as much for Satchmo Summerfest during the day. Again, timing with those storms is always tricky. I would venture to say we will have some thunderstorms during the afternoon and into the early evening. Front moves south, so Sunday is going to be a much drier day for any outdoor activities. And then we see this little Gulf low develop along the frontal boundary and start moving northward. A couple of models kind of sniffing that out for tropical potential. I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, this upper troughing pattern is also going to keep that heat dome, the big upper level ridge, out to the west, which means even though we will be mostly dry and we're going to see a lot more sunshine next week, this upper pattern kind of keeps the temperatures about where they're supposed to be. Doesn't bring us any cooler weather, but it doesn't bring us any real heat. Now, it's still going to be hot, highs in the low 90s, but at least that's pretty typical for the start of August. I'd rather deal with the normals than anything extreme like tropical or heat. No tropical activity. 80 degrees right now with a dew point of 76. So still kind of warm and sticky outside. Today's high was 94. So that's not too far above our average for this time of year. 70s and 80s outside right now. And again, we're not expecting much of a temperature drop throughout the overnight. So another warm start and a hot afternoon, but a better chance for some scattered showers. So I don't think tomorrow will be a washout of a day. Less rain, and most of that will be along the coastline Sunday. There are some models indicating maybe a little disturbance coming in from that upper trough, which might help to trigger a few more showers on Tuesday, but overall a relatively dry and just normal stretch as we can start into the first full week of August.